Ta-da! How the heck are you? Hey, this is Tom the Beer Whisperer, and I am back with you for another exciting episode of Drinking with the Beer Whisperer. I don't know how exciting, but I'm happy about it. I don't know how you feel. Anyways, Latitude 48 IPA, Sam Adams again. Sam Adams mix pack, hence that's why I'm doing so many Sam Adams at the moment. So we'll pop, then we'll pour, and then we will talk. Just get you a look at that there. Nice color on this one. Now let me show you the bottle one more time. Latitude 48 IPA. Ah, the IPA. The darling amongst the craft beer groups at the moment. Very nice nose on this one. Here, let me talk about the particulars, then we'll just yammer for a little bit. 6%, 60 IBUs. Pretty standard. Kind of the low end for IPAs right at the moment. Malt variety, Sam Adams 2-row Pale Malt Blend, Caramel 60, and Gambrinus Honey Malt. Hop varieties, hop varieties, hop varieties, hop varieties, hop varieties. Excuse me. Hallertau, Middle Fruit, Noble Hops, East Kent Goldings, Zeus, Simcoe, and Actinum. I hope I pronounced. Killed malts had become very popular. Okay. In England at that time, as an alternative to the traditional darker brown ales, porters, and stouts of the time. India Pale Ale was born when a version of a pale ale was made with increased hops, which acted as a preservative in order to make the long, hot journey on ship around the Cape of Good Hope and make it to the traders and colonists. Okay, well, there's a little history lesson for y'all. Most beer geeks already know that, so I'm probably not telling anybody out there something they don't already know. Kind of a nice copperish color to it. You know, I really wonder what those IPAs tasted like due to current IPAs, especially American craft IPAs. And not that I think one is better than another, is more in how they're perceived. I can't speak for all. To sell you more, but what they're telling you is that it's only going to taste the way they intended if you drink it within a short period of time. That much is correct. I'm not sure how it'll affect But on the smaller end is this. What's going to happen, the longer that sits, you know, it does crack me up when people say drink fresh, it'll go bad. Well, it's not going to go bad. It will change. That was the, you know, that was the intent. That's why I wonder what those original IPAs tasted like, because they weren't intended to be drank fresh. You know what I'm saying? Where American IPAs, they say drink fresh, drink fresh, drink fresh. Those IPAs were intended to sit a long period of time. So I wonder what the actual taste difference now is, you know, from then to now. It makes me wonder to what they intended an IPA to actually taste like, to what we're actually drinking as an IPA. I don't even think we're even going to be close, to be honest with you.
If you think occasional irregularity is no big deal, it may be a sign that your digestive system...
You are still going to have a hoppier beer if you let that sit in that bottle for a long period of time than say you know, something that doesn't have that much hop to start with. But you will it will become, you will get a maltier feel. It will change characteristics. And I think, you know, a lot of people tell you, you have to drink it right away, you have to drink it right away. Well, again, there are certain beers that have to, that they want you to taste them a certain way. It is going to change. I've done that with many, where I've kept one bottle back for, you know, 6 months to a year to see how much it has evolved, and they will change. Are they bad? In most cases, no, they're great. But it is a completely different beer than what it started at a year ago. So there you go. This one's good, actually. Again, it is good, actually. IPAs is that animal of beer that's just kind of gotten out of hand, right? I mean, it's the beer geek, you know, favorite child at the moment. You know, many of the original, you know, started just in the high fives, and it seemed to be 6%, 60 IBUs was pretty standard. Then you got, you know, 6.1, 6.2, 6.3, 6.4, 60, 65 IBUs, and now you've got some West Coast IPAs that are, you know, 7.5%, 80 IBUs, 7.5%, 100 IBUs. I mean, it's just kind of bigger and better. And those, and then you, of course, from there you've got the big double or imperial IPAs that'll go, you know, anywhere from 8 to 10%, from 80 IBUs to 100 IBUs. You know, it's craziness. But I love them, to be honest with you. I love those huge double IPAs, which again begs the question. I wonder really the intention, you know. I wonder what the original ABV was on those original India Pale Ales, and I wonder how they tasted, because they're not going to be the hoppy monsters that we drink, because they sat for a long period of time. They're going to be hoppier than what they were drinking as a standard pale, but they're not as hoppy as what we're drinking right now, so I really wonder what the original intentions were. I'm really curious about that. I love history, you know. I'm really curious to, you know. I wish there was a way to you know, reformulate or reenact that, to come up with to brew a batch of beer exactly how they would have done it back then. You know, put it aside for about the same time it would take as a voyage like that, and to see what that intention of an IPA is like. Also, traditional IPAs did not originally they did not contain aroma hops. All American craft IPAs do. But the original IPAs, they did not contain aroma hops. It was all in the bitter, baby. But no, they did not. So again, it just shows you how beer has evolved over time, you know. This is a nice looking IPA. I do like a color. It's funny how a color can kind of react with you. Yeah, I do like an IPA this color. Again, you look at that beer and that color, India Pale Ale. Obviously, that's not a pale color. It is lighter than, say, the darker beers of the time, though. Again, the word pale didn't describe the color of the beer. It described the pale malts used. I used pale kiln malts. as opposed to the darker malts. So that's why it was called a pale ale. The India Pale Ale was the one, of course you added the hops to it. So again, this isn't, that has quite a bit of a hue to it. And then of course now there's, you've got the some call them India Dark Ale, some black IPA. I personally love the style, whatever you call it. India Dark Ale does make more sense to me. But I'm not opposed to black IPA either. Once you understand that the pale it isn't about the color, it's about the malt. So that's kind of the difference there. So here's the thing. This is another one, Sam Adams beers for me, that's good. It's good. It's very good. It's better than many IPAs on the market. I'm not going to name names, but it is a good one. But does it hit my top 5 or even my top 10? Honestly, probably not. But again, value, 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 value. I hate to, keep beating a dead horse or pounding over the head, but yeah, times are tough, y'all, and there's many craft breweries that are selling beers for, $11, $12, $15 a six-pack. That just isn't worth it to me. And when I can get a beer like this in a mix pack for $13, which is equivalent of about $6.50 a six-pack, well, there you go. That's value. And sometimes it is about value. Sometimes it's just about being good, solid, and drinkable, and this is all of those things. So I am very happy with this beer. Anyway, I digress. Okay, well, I'm going to finish this last swallow, wrap this baby up. I've had a heck of a time. I sometimes in my 70s upbringing, I channel watching my brain channels. Foster Brooks from the old TV shows used to make appearances on some of the talk shows of the time. Anyway, I digress. A good beer, that 248 IPA. You should give her a shot if you haven't already. I'm Tom the Beer Whisperer. And I almost stole the old Chevy Chase line, and you're not, but I won't do that to him.